Hi, you're listening to the My Reality Says podcast, brought to you by My Therapist Says. We're here to discuss everything pop culture, influencers, blind gossip, and of course, reality TV. We put the T in reality. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of My Reality Says podcast. We are back this week and we are catching up on a few episodes. We have two episodes of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to catch up on, and also 4 amazing episodes of Real Housewives of Miami dropped. We are so excited to discuss, and a bunch of gossip.
So much has happened. We have way too much to talk about. So let's dive right back in.
We're going to try and fit everything in. I don't know how, but let's do it. Okay, so let's start off with Kyle Richards. She was not invited, or not attending at least, Kathy Hilton's Christmas party, and none of her kids showed up either. So I guess all the rumors are true that they're not talking.
That was actually surprising. I was really, really hoping to see her there and to see that they are working on coming back together as sisters. But Kim was there, right? Kim Richards?
Yeah. Kim was there, and Kim Kardashian was there. She showed up in the worst Christmas outfit of all time. I mean, she said it's because she came from Mason's bar mitzvah, but I'm like, okay, you can change on the way there. You have a team.
Well, first of all, Kendall changed to go to Billie Eilish's party from the same bar mitzvah. So I feel like Kim could have, but maybe she just liked her outfit.
I mean, it's a weird outfit for a Christmas party. I'm not a fan.
No, definitely not. I loved Nikki Hilton's outfit. She looked so cute.
Oh my God, so cute. And Paris.
Obviously. Oh, yes. And obviously the house looked amazing as always and super festive. So it made me really sad not to see Farrah or any of the, I guess, Umansky girls there. It just makes me feel like then the Hiltons won't be at Farrah's wedding. It'll just be not fun to watch.
I feel like that'll be the end of their sistership forever if she doesn't come to the wedding. I feel like that's kind of the end of a family relationship. It's like Teresa and Melissa, they're not talking still because of the wedding situation.
It's sad, really. So I guess we'll watch that space, see what happens. Hopefully they find it in each other or themselves to make up.
Yeah. Speaking of Beverly Hills, Erica's earrings were finally bought, and they were bought by Ronald Richards, who's the lawyer who's been reporting on everything about Erica's case. And so it's kind of weird because he bought it for his wife. And I'm just kind of creeped out by it because it's he seems a little too obsessed with this case. I don't know, just way too much involvement.
That's kind of so creepy. His wife, he's talking about this case nonstop, and now his wife is going to be wearing Erica's infamous earrings.
And why would you want those
cringe.
Earrings? Those are tainted.
How much do you know?
I don't know how much, but definitely not the initial 750,000 or however much she said. I think they sold for 200 or 300 or something.
I hope he got a deal.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to wear those earrings personally. I feel
Speaking of
bad energy
juju
around them.
Speaking of bad energy and jewelry and stuff, Jen Shaw.
Oh my God.
Color me shocked when the news came out that half of her shit was fake.
This is why she was banned from Louis Vuitton, I think.
Yeah.
Because they probably saw her fake shit in the boutique.
100%.
I was so shocked. And just the sheer amount of fake goods, because I'm sure a lot of housewives have 1 or 2 fake things. I've seen it called out on Instagram, but she had 6 pages of counterfeit goods.
Oh my God, when I was reading those lids, I was dying laughing. And they were so specific too. They're like, counterfeit, like Chanel with sand, made in China. And I'm like, she was buying fake shit that said made in China? That's like really bad fakes.
Those are horrible. Like, you can like see those from a mile away.
Yeah, those are like from Canal Street or something.
And then I was like, so I went on her page after reading the list, and I was like trying to find
the corresponding articles
that were listed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny. She was like tagging Chanel in the fake
That's
bag
bold.
photo. Like, imagine Chanel makes a statement like.
Oh my God. I would be so embarrassed because I would feel like if I were a fake, I feel like even like you would notice, like people would notice. Like I would notice when someone's wearing a fake. Like they can be good fakes. Yeah. If they're made in China. And she was wearing that with all these ladies. And on filming.
So embarrassing. So apparently that's the reason why she apparently was going to come to the reunion, but she dropped out last minute because this whole counterfeit scandal came out like right after the reunion. So she dropped out. And now the rumor is that Andy is going to be doing a sit-down special with her. And honestly, I'm just kind of like, what's the point? Because I heard she's not even allowed to talk about any of her like legal matters. So it's like, what do I want to hear about? Like her fights with Heather and like
no,
Lisa Barlow.
Is she allowed to talk about where she got these bags and why?
I mean, yeah, I want to hear that. But like, I doubt she'll allow Andy to talk about that.
But that's the only reason why he would want to talk to her.
That's also part of her legal matters. So she could just be like, my lawyers advised me not to talk about this. So I don't think we're going to get much out of it. I think it's going to be kind of a boring special if she's not going to speak.
I don't think Andy would want to talk to her if she can't talk about any of these things. So, here's to hoping.
Because she said, like, her lawyers said or something that, like, before the reunion, she's not going to be able to talk about anything. So I don't see why it would be any different with a special.
That's true. What is happening with Pete Davidson this week? I mean, I don't know why we have to keeping up with this.
I mean, it's like keeping up with who Pete Davidson is sleeping with. Every single week, it's a new girl. This week, it's Chase Sui Wonders, who's Anna Sui's niece, actually.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Love a Nepo baby.
Yeah, I was wondering who that is. I'm like, her name sounds familiar. Who is she?
Yeah, I think she's on a show called Generation or something. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But yeah, she's an actress, and I think they've been seen together a few times this week. So looking pretty official.
Well,
for
clearly
this
him
week.
and oh my God, clearly him and Emrata are not in a serious relationship
anymore. Yeah, I guess not. I mean, Emrata seemed like she wasn't so serious about it either. She was like, I'm sleeping around with a lot of other people.
Yeah. So White Lotus, that was an insane finale. I'm really upset about it. I
am like really upset. I love the show. I'm obsessed with it. And so did you hear actually that Megan Fahey, the girl who played Daphne, and Leo Woodhull, I don't even remember his name on the show, but he was the nephew of the gay guys.
Yes.
Apparently they're dating in real life. That's the rumor on the street.
I can see that. They'd make a cute couple.
Really cute couple. What else is happening this week? Apparently Lamar Odom is coming out with a documentary where he's going to talk all about his addiction and his relationship with Khloe and the Kardashians in general. So that should be really juicy. I wonder how Chris is feeling about that, because we know she doesn't like anyone airing out her dirty laundry unless she's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's always talks about Khloe every chance he gets. So
yeah, he's just trying to insert himself into the Kardashian realm again, I feel like.
I'm sure if he said something, Chris would be sending like cease and desist like all day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to watch it. Should be juicy. Okay, should we
let's
start off with some Salt Lake City?
Yes, please. It was hell of a 2 episodes. What a mess this trip has been.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
getting
this
mad
is another
watching
trip
it.
from hell.
Yeah.
Like Salt Lake City is just so chaotic. Like so I watched Salt Lake City and Miami kind of like back to back on the same day. And I like binged everything and I was like, oh my God, Miami is just such a more pleasant watch compared to Salt Lake City, just because like everybody is fighting with everyone. It's like so hard to almost like keep track of who is fighting with
all the
who.
fights.
It's just like yelling nonstop. Whereas like
and all
Miami,
the random,
it's like authentic drama, I feel like.
And also
it's
like,
just,
I feel like
not over the
they're
top.
more authentically friends as opposed to Salt Lake City, where everyone's trying to bring all these random side characters who are like everyone's friends, and it's just like everyone's trying to kind of like form new alliances, and it's like really strange.
It's so confusing.
There's a lot of side characters.
Angie K has kind of grown on me. I
love
liked her.
Angie K. I think she was a badass.
Yes, she checked Jen, put her in her place. Jen is an idiot for throwing her champagne on her. Like, that's not funny. If someone did that to me, like,
go back,
I would freak out.
Oh my God,
yeah,
no,
let's go back
like,
and explain
violence
this
would
episode.
have been happening. Like, I can't. Let's talk about what exactly happened. So Meredith convinced Jen to include Dana on the girls' trip. Who is Dana? I have no idea. I don't even care, honestly. I don't care about Dana.
She doesn't really bring much to the show other than like calling people out on their drama.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, all these girls don't need help doing that.
Yeah. They're all calling each other nonstop.
Right, exactly. Angie K claims the primary bedroom and Jen loses her shit and throws a drink on her. Like, wow. I would have drowned her in that lake.
Oh my God, same. I don't know how like she was like able to be around her after that. I would have like gone home or something, or like
I'm glad she said something. And Jen was like so bait. She's like, oh my God, what do you mean it was a joke? It was haha. It was so funny. And I'm like, I've never seen a joke like that. No, that's not funny at all. It's insulting.
I dare you to try and do that when you're in jail, Jen. I dare you.
Try that with Meredith, please. I'd like to see that.
Oh yeah, any of the other cast members, I feel like, or if
they would
it was even done to her, she would freak out. I think.
Oh my God, she'd beat someone.
100%.
Like, it was so rude, so uncool, and everyone was just like standing there. No one said anything. I don't understand why everyone's so afraid of her.
I don't get it. And then I loved how Angie K came back and was like, actually, I paid for all of your husband's parties, so that you can sit the fuck down.
Insane.
She read her. It was amazing.
I was like, whoa. That's a surprise to me. I knew that party was like extravagant and nice. And I was like, oh, I wonder how Jen can still afford that party. Remember, we talked about it.
Yeah,
And now we're like, oh, Angie K paid for it. That's interesting.
That's
a good
so
friend.
Much sense now. And so I actually learned something about Jen. Yeah. She can actually only make purchases that are under $5,000 if they're not legal fees. So how can she have thrown the party or even pay back Angie K? Because she can really only pay for legal stuff right now due to her like bail conditions.
That makes sense. She can't be like buying extravagant things.
I'm wondering if that is a reason why she's buying all these fake bags. I don't know.
That was before.
Yeah. I think she's been in the fake bag game for a long time.
Yeah, that was way before. Come on.
Yeah.
I think she just like was like, I'm gonna save some money on these bags and buy some ready to wear and pay for a team of 20 assistants. Yeah, which is dumb.
It's all about like her image for her.
Yeah, and it's like all about her ego. She just like wants to be fawned upon. Like it's just like So, anyways, that happened, and no one said anything on the drink throwing. I mean, Whitney was obviously flabbergasted. That was cool. But then she did try to make it about herself again when she was like, when I did this to Heather, I was like, shut the fuck up.
If I have to hear about Whitney Heather drama for another episode, I'm like going to stop watching. I can't. And they're so bad at communicating with each other. Whitney's like,
Yeah.
I just want to be heard. I just want to be heard. And Heather's like, what are you talking about? You're not explaining anything. And they just go back and forth. And I'm like, okay, what is the point of this?
That's true. So I do love Angie K. I think she has a fabulous. I think her house is beautiful. I think she'd be a great castmate. I really enjoyed her.
We love a great girl.
Yeah, I think she's definitely more fun than Angie H.
Yeah, no, I hate Angie H. They're like just so thirsty to be on the show.
They're thirsty in like the worst way, right?
Angie K is like a little bit thirsty to be on the show. Like I guarantee like she paid for the party. Like one
for
reason
that reason,
would be
100%
to be on the show, but
yeah.
I don't know. She's much more likable. She doesn't have a husband who's creating fake Insta accounts, so there's that.
That's true. Fat troll of a husband.
And she gives some amazing lines, like when she was given the necklace from Jen, and she was like, the last thing I want is to be wearing this necklace and the Southern District of New York to come after me for it. That was amazing.
Oh my God, that was amazing. That was such shade.
And then I love when she was like, the party was $15,000. Like, I could have bought my daughter a pony or whatever, and I did. I'm like, I love you.
She's so funny. Yeah, she's like extravagant in the most fun way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I like to watch her. I think I'd watch her more.
Angie H gives me kind of Meredith vibes, where you're like, what kind of like cocktail of medications are you on? She kind of has that like housewife zoned out look, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, with a husband like that, I would be self-medicating, so.
That's true.
I'm shocked at the balls with which Jen is treating everyone so badly before she goes to jail.
Oh my God. She's going to have no friends by the time she goes to jail.
Also, with that attitude, she's going to get her ass beat in jail every day.
Yeah. She has become so, like, I mean, I already didn't like her after hearing about this whole case and everything, but like, she's, with every episode, she's becoming more and more unlikable, and like, she's like the perpetrator of all the drama, and then like acts like a victim when people like come back and call her out on it. Yeah. She just is so
she's
toxic.
Getting blackout, and she was actually giving Erica on that trip, like on the boat and stuff, where she got like super blackout and didn't remember what she was doing. It's like the same energy.
Same energy, except like way more toxic, I feel like. Cause
except
like
way
Erica
more.
just kind
Erica
of like
would never
blacks out, and like she says some like scary comments, but Jen is like in your face. She's even getting like violent almost, like she was like pushing Lisa Barlow around. And like she's destroying other people's property. She's throwing other people's expensive shoes into the water. Like, can we talk about that? That made me so angry. I would have lost my shit.
And that made me so sad. She's like, oh, she can afford them. It's like, bitch, who do you think you are? Like, I was so mad.
I would have lost my shit.
I did love that Heather was trying to save Whitney's shoes, and she was like, I don't like her right now, but she's my girl. Let's save these.
I'm dead at Lisa Barlow being like, pre-order, YSL.
They're hard to get. Pre-order. I'm like, I know, girl, they are. I would be mad.
She was hilarious.
Honestly, it's just rude and classless, and it's not a fucking cool thing to do. And Jen Shah has no excuse. I don't know why everyone's letting her get away with this shit. And like, she's just a hot mess. And it's like, it's just screaming, my life is a dumpster fire.
Yeah, and then she tries to like control her friends. I'm like, you can't gatekeep your friends. You can't tell them who not to be friends with. And it's just like Lisa just went to go talk to Angie K, and she like freaked out at Lisa, like had a full-on mental breakdown, was like violent with her, and Lisa was just trying to like hug her and be like, I'm a good friend. What did I do?
Oh my God. I was I felt so bad. Like, she just like passed out on the bus. People just left her there. A poor bus driver had to wait for her for like an hour.
Oh my God. I need an interview with that bus driver. What has that bus driver seen?
She just had to leave her there. And then she shows up at the party with like this Moana look. I'm like, what?
She's like ready to party, like has no idea what just went down.
No
She's like, I didn't
recollection.
even know that I fought with Lisa. I'm like, what? How do you black out that intensely?
I don't get it.
Like, I've never blacked out and not remembered
No.
literally anything.
My favorite part of that whole thing was Meredith afterwards being like, I'll just take Jen's hair home.
Yeah.
That was
To be
great.
honest,
CEO of fun.
yeah. Okay, wait. We need to talk about that. Since when is Meredith the CEO of fun? I didn't know like
That is not something
Xanax
I'd
and
say.
taking baths were making you the CEO of fun.
I mean, she sounded fun and relaxed the whole trip. She really took it well.
Yeah, she's kind of taking like a back seat, I would say, these past couple episodes. Like, she's not really involved in much. Kind of forget she's there, to be honest.
Meredith, yeah, she's been like really quiet. I mean, all the attention has really been on these side characters and
Jen.
I feel like she brought Dana on the trip just so like there's drama that she's not involved in. She's like, I don't want to deal with the drama, but Dana can take some of this and like
Take
turn
one
it
for
up.
the team. I brought you here.
Exactly. You fight with people. I love
This
it. Like
is
they
your
were going around the
initiation.
table. Yeah, and they're just like going around the table saying all this shit. And like Dana comes out of the left field with like all these accusations. And I'm like, oh, okay.
When they were all going around the table, like everybody was mad at someone else. It reminded me of that Spider-Man meme where they're like all
Oh my God.
pointing at each other.
100%. I just read you wrote in the notes Whitney pronouncing jail cell and I just died laughing.
Jail cell? I can't even do it properly.
I don't get it. I didn't read. I'm so mad. There was an article or something about like a linguist talking about Whitney's accent and I didn't actually click on it, but I really, really wanted to read it because I'm like, what is the
Like,
mystery behind this accent?
It's like not even Southern. It's just like her own
It's
thing.
just amazing.
And it comes on
Jill
only
Sill.
for like certain words.
Will, Phil,
Hill,
Hill.
I
Oh my
can't.
God, I love her.
Hipple.
I honestly
can't
love to
with
hear
her.
her speak. It's so much fun. Her and Meredith, I can listen to for hours.
Yeah. Meredith is like cursive speaking.
Oh my God, she is 100%. I can't unsee it now. What else had happened? Let's see. So the dinner was a shit show. Oh my God, that whole
Yeah.
like Polynesian show I thought the dinner was supposed to be like a Greek night. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused also. I'm just like confused about why Jen is doing all this knowing that she is on bail conditions, because can't she be like put back in jail if like they see that she's like abusive, destroying other people's property, like
I mean,
she's, like,
not
blacking
unless someone
out.
tells on her, no? Like if someone
I mean,
files
it's on-
charges against her.
It's on national television, so
But that's only if if the girls complain, no? They can't just randomly come and
think
arrest her
so,
for looking
yeah.
like shit on TV.
no, but I mean, if they wanted to, they could.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Like technically,
I
they
feel
could have
like,
pressed charges
I mean,
for
yeah.
the
I
destroying
mean, they
property
are.
for sure.
They're giving her a lot of benefit of doubt in this case. Like they're all like just kind of rallying around her, but not to the point where it's toxic, like with Erica and Garcelle and them. So it's
Yeah.
nice that they are there for her, and like they're letting her like, you know, get away with all this like random drunk antics. Even Angie K was like, "Oh, you're still my friend." I was like, "What?"
It's like they're all scared of her, to be honest. Like they're all in like a toxic relationship with Jen. Jen is like the
Yeah,
toxic
she's like an
boyfriend
abusive
who, like,
boyfriend.
can't like apologize for what she does, and then like I don't know. It's hard to watch. I'm just like, stick up for yourself. Like, what are you guys doing?
Right. Only Dana had the balls, and Dana's so
Yeah.
boring.
I'm like, how did you even get involved in this?
It was so sad to watch Jen Shaw talking about how much her lawyer's fees were and how that could have been med school for her kid. And I'm like,
know.
wow, all that. And you still pleaded
Just to
guilty.
plead guilty. I don't get it. Like,
that
I
is
would have
sad.
knowing that if I were in the situation, knowing that I was guilty, I would get a much cheaper lawyer, like
100%.
basic, and just plead guilty right away.
I think she
So
really
that I
thought she could
can,
get away
like,
with it.
I know, she's delusional. Because she gets away with everything else in her friendships and relationships. So
I I just remembered her throwing the veggie platter into the ocean. I was like, what did the veggies do?
Oh my God. The charcuterie platter, which was actually a crudité.
Oh my God. Like, so rude. She's just like such a mess on that boat. I would have thrown her overboard.
Yeah, no, it's so rude to the like captain and everybody. Like they're watching this and they're like, can you not litter into our oceans, please? Like, I just feel...
Honestly, I felt bad for people that
I
owned
saw such
it.
a horrible side of Jen these last couple episodes.
I mean, it's like every season you see a horrible side of her and you're like, wow, I can't believe this shit's for real. And then you see another episode and you're like, whoa, it gets worse.
Yeah.
I am going to miss her on the show.
There's layers to this shit.
Yeah, like she's crazy. I don't know how they're going to replicate that energy on the show.
Honestly, I feel like the new girls may actually, like Angie K may actually be a good next housewife.
Angie K would bring the drama for sure.
Yeah. There needs to be another new person though. I don't know if I'm sold on Dana yet.
I'm not. She's boring. How many, Angie K, how many evil eye things are too many?
The limit does not exist as a good girl.
It's like, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. I was like, oh my God. Are you that worried about Jen's evil eye?
Definitely, I would.
Like, ugh. Anyways, I'm excited to watch the next episode tonight and see what kind of things they get up to.
I'm just so
if there's more
ready
meltdowns
to see what happens with Heather's black eye, because like that shit has been
God, yes,
teased in front of our face for so long, and I'm just like, okay, just tell us fucking already. How did she get the black eye?
I want to know. Did Jen punch her in the face? What happened?
Yeah, I honestly think it's something stupid, like she fell or something, because like I think it's
a staircase. But it's like actually looks very like particularly punched.
But if she was punched, don't you think she would like press charges? Or like,
I don't know.
We would hear about it at least, like a police report or something.
Yeah. I mean, she obviously didn't. So I don't know what the explanation is. But I'm excited to see that.
I saw, I think, a clip of her at BravoCon and she was asked about it. And she said like, I don't remember what happened. So I don't know if she actually doesn't remember, if she's like covering up for someone, like maybe Jen, because she's so obsessed with Jen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to move on to Real Housewives of Miami because that was way more fun and way more interesting. Oh my God, and I'm kind of losing interest in Salt Lake.
Yeah, Real Housewives of Miami is like one of the best seasons I think I've seen so far. Like,
oh yeah, it's only gonna get better.
Yeah, it's authentic friendships. The drama's amazing. The like lifestyle porn is amazing. The fashion is amazing. And like,
and it's not so much drama that it's like draining, you know?
Yeah, it's not like yelling drama like it is on Salt Lake City. Like I feel like I need a break every time I watch Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I feel like they have a little more class, so they're not like losing their shit and screaming at each other. They're kind of just like always having discussions. They were even trying to like keep it all civil.
Reading each other.
Right. They were trying to keep it civil at like Alexia's wedding. Like I respect that. That was nice. They really tried.
Yeah. And it's like more like behind each other's back a little bit than just like yelling in each other's faces. So first episode, we had Guerdy and Alexia. Alexia was mad at Guerdy because she couldn't schedule her wedding. She had a schedule conflict. And then Larsa hosted her New Beginnings party. But then she discovered that a joke was made at her expense about her apartment
building.
And then we see some trouble starting to happen in Lisa's marriage.
Yes. So there's a lot of, I guess, storylines being set up. This was very interesting to watch. I think the Guerdy and the Alexia conflict was from last season, where they were kind of like not aligned on the wedding vision, maybe. And like they weren't just like their energies as like a client versus planner just did not really mesh well. at all. They didn't have the same vision, so it didn't make sense why they would work together. And like it makes me kind of just like think that like I wouldn't want to work with a friend. Like it's just like, you know, not.
No, after watching that, I
No.
wouldn't be down to.
No, and then like, you know,
Especially for
Alexa kept
something as,
changing
like,
her.
personal as a wedding. Like,
Wedding,
it's really hard to be happy with, like, juggle being a friend and a wedding planner at the same time.
I do think Alexa was changing her dates a lot and all this stuff, and like, you know, I'm sure Gertie's calendar gets filled up very quickly. She's like a very, like, you know, established wedding planner, so I just feel like this wasn't really meant to be, and like they didn't really need Gertie for the kind of wedding they ended up having.
Yeah, and it's like it's kind of rude for Alexia to just expect Gertie to just like drop her other clients for her. Like that's not how being a wedding planner works. You can't just like drop someone else just because you're friends. Like it's
even hard to
like valued client.
Right. It's even hard to attend events because you're like, you know, working when most people are going out. So it's nice that she even made it to the wedding.
100%. Okay, so we need to talk about Lenny. Yeah, we could talk about Larsa first, actually.
I'm like, I'm happy for Larsa and her New Beginnings condo.
I kind of feel like she couldn't afford the other places that she was looking at or something because like...
Yeah, like the houses weren't
she
really...
was looking at like way nicer like places. I'm so confused.
Well, it's confusing because like, I mean...
Sorry, go ahead.
Don't you think she like would have gotten like a nicer settlement from Scotty?
Yeah, I think so. They didn't have a prenup anymore, right?
No. Yeah.
And she has supposedly all this money from OnlyFans.
Listen, she's a self-made woman now, basically.
Yeah.
And she's building an OnlyFans empire.
Despite all those years, she was Scotty's wife, and that only. She's a self-made woman.
Exactly. So better late than never.
I just found it so funny that she was so upset that she was calling out her building for being like an OnlyFans drug dealer building, and I was like, well,
Lisa,
you are on OnlyFans if the shoe fits. Like,
yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. You can be the queen of OnlyFans. It's fine.
Yeah. But I did think it was a little fucked up that Kiki was just like went behind everyone else's back and just like mentioned it to her.
Yeah, it did create a lot of drama, and I don't know why she did that, but yeah, I do see how like Larsa got so mad, but nothing, like honestly, nothing is as funny as them arguing about who has a mortgage or not.
Oh my God, I was dying. Like, how is this an argument?
She's like, I don't have a mortgage. I'm like, I don't care. It's like still like an $80 million house. That's a pretty baller mortgage to have. Like, relax.
I was like thinking, like, even Adele has a mortgage. Like, you can get a mortgage when you
Celebrities
have like
insane
wealth because you realize that you want to invest that money better in
it's just
better
stupid
ways other than
to
in
keep
your
it all
house.
in a house.
Yeah.
But she like almost acted like as if like Larsa straight up was like, you're a poor bitch.
Yeah. And then Larsa getting mad at her for renting her backyard out for like $40,000. I'm like who cares?
Right.
Like if you're getting $40,000, like
I'd rent out my backyard.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. It just sounded like she was just. I think she knew what kind of commentary would upset Lisa, and she just said it on purpose because she wanted to get back at her, because she knew how to piss her off. And
I think Lisa got like overly upset because I think she knew what was coming to the surface with Lenny. Yeah. Like I feel like she had a feeling, you know, he was having sex with her. He was like being rude to her. Like I think she knew what was I think she knew what was happening, and like every little like dig at her made her blow up. Yeah. I think she was in a very sensitive place, and she kind of knew shit was happening behind the scenes, so she was overly sensitive and reactive to a lot of this. Yeah. I just feel so bad for her. I mean, like seeing the way Lenny talks to her, and she's just so nice to him. She's been put through hell. He like forced her to have 2 kids, and like she's just so sweet to him, and like he's such an asshole.
Yeah, he was a little mean and dismissive always. And I just feel like she just always seems like she was overcompensating, and their relationship did not seem loving at all. So
he always seemed like he had his eye on like a newer prize. Like he was having those parties with like
oh my God,
a bunch of hot girls. Like
Marisol talking about the parties.
If my man was like requesting that at his parties, I would just be like, okay, that's weird. Like that's an issue.
I laughed so hard when Marisol's like, oh, Lenny's parties are like a thong and what is it? Titty tassels? What does she call them?
Yeah.
And the pasties.
Tooth floss. Yeah.
Tooth floss and pasties. I was like, oh my God, that is not a party I would take my husband to. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Marisol's hilarious, but I gotta say,
so funny.
I feel like she's like a functioning alcoholic.
She's a very functioning. She does drink a lot.
Like her just trying to order a vodka at Alexia's nail salon. I'm like,
oh my God,
girl.
No, she's so funny. She's just living it up. Like I wish I could drink that much. I would like be falling asleep all over the place.
Yeah, I would die. She's always with her cup, so we always know what's in there.
Exactly. I can't believe actually Lenny signed up for the season and then like dipped halfway.
Yeah, well, like knowing what he's doing, like how could he sign up? Like he knows how he's gonna be perceived.
Okay, well, he also was supposed to know he was mic'd up, but he clearly didn't know that whispering was just as bad.
I honestly think it was like a way out for her to find out. 'Cause like, how stupid can you be that whispering isn't caught on a mic?
That she wanted, that he wanted her to find out, so he didn't have to like tell her.
Yeah.
But like she wouldn't even find out until it aired.
So I actually think I'm just gonna go back, like fast forward to the last episode when she's explaining to all the girls like what happened. She was like, Lenny is seeing a girl and he's dating her, and she was like surprised more about the fact that he's dating a girl rather than like he's like seeing or sleeping with a girl. So it made me feel like maybe she was allowing him to like sleep
fool
with
around.
other girls, but she didn't expect him to be like actually leaving her and having like an emotional connection with someone.
Exactly. It almost feels like there was an arrangement where she's like, okay, you can go, screw whoever you want, fun. But as long as you come home to me. And she was like so confident that he would never divorce her, because she's like, Lenny's parents don't believe in divorce. We don't do that. Hoxie's don't divorce. And I'm like,
she was like, we're such a like strong family. She was always about being like a mom and like a good wife and like all about her family. It's just so sad. And then another thing I noticed, that she had like bruises on her arm when she was on the phone with Lenny, and I was just like, those are a little concerning because they look like, I mean, I don't want to like assume, but they look like grab marks.
Someone grabbing her. Yeah. I noticed that too, and I think a lot of people on the internet did. So I hope it like isn't anything like that. Maybe she just bruises easily. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I bruise easily also, so let's hope it's just that, because that would be really sad. Yeah, he's just like an asshole in general. Like even when his the house cleaner, she got injured, and he was just like, let someone else take her. I was like, okay, why aren't you guys like getting into an Uber with her? Like this is your like.
Well, I also don't understand the big deal.
For you. Like you should be able to like make sure that they're okay. This have like
at work, but don't they have like a staff of like 15 people in this house? Why can they never find childcare?
Yeah, I don't get it. And also it's like, why do you care more about tennis, which I think is
Code word for girlfriend.
Code word for sleeping with my mistress.
Yeah.
Then like going to go take care of his kids, especially after what happened and how he just like dropped this whole bomb on Lisa. Like he should be like, okay, she should be having like a peaceful
With her
trip.
friends.
I
Exactly.
should deal with it. This is my kid. Drop anything, even if it's tennis, even if it's a mistress. Like you should be dropping stuff for your kids. So I don't know. I just hate him.
I mean, I don't know. I did think she was a little overreactive on that call. I mean, obviously she was already pissed off probably and hurt after everything. Like he told her he was leaving her. So I can see like how that kind of happened. But if you just take away just that one call, she did really overreact when he was like, I will stay home and take care of them, but I would really just hope that you try to find someone. He wasn't like, I'm not going to do it, come back.
I know, but like for her to have to be the one to deal with it after everything that just went down.
Well, like what? You think Lenny is going to be going around calling agencies and finding childcare? Like, come on.
I mean, he should. I feel like after what he just did to Lisa, like she was a mess. She came like 2 hours late to the thing.
Well, I feel like their relationship was not equal ever, right? It was always like Lenny, he's the king, he makes the money. He like, made
and it's
Lisa's
the
life.
expectation that she just has to deal with everything.
Exactly. Because she's like, Lenny's the way Lenny is. He's always been this way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he's always been so bad that you never noticed him just like turning into an asshole? Where everyone else was noticing it?
Yeah. We all
just made me sad.
Like signs from like even earlier seasons.
Last season. Before. Yeah, exactly. And then like a part of it actually was interesting because in that hot mic moment where he was like talking to his friend and the friend was like, oh, like what happened? I knew things weren't good, blah, blah, blah. And Lenny was like, well, you know how it is always. She can do whatever she wants and I can't. And I'm like, what is happening?
So it's like confusing.
Yeah. So like she wanted him to stay home with the kids and she wanted to party. Like that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. Apparently he said that like a bunch of things were edited out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like to make him look bad, and that he talks about how she always is out partying, but
I mean, she is.
I still don't. Yeah, she is, but like I still think she's a really good mom. Like we see it on the show, like how much time she spends with them, and like how much more I think she cares about them compared to Lenny.
No, I think Lenny cares a lot.
Even with the dog dying, she was like,
"No, so sad."
He was like, "You deal with." You figure out how to deal with it. And I'm like,
that's really, really sad.
But it's both of your dogs. Like
exactly. And it's both of you should be explaining it to your kid. Like that's a big moment in a child's life. 100%. Both parents should be taking the time to do that. Not, oh, Lenny's not showing up. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Like I felt bad for her that she had to deal with it alone.
That whole situation was a little weird to me in the sense that even for Lisa and Lenny, I was like, okay, wait, why are they having a party the day after their dog is being put down? Like, that was weird.
And then she's like, the dog would have liked it. I'm like, okay.
I was like, how do you know that? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, the party
would have been
looked
like
fun.
A mess if I had to put down my dog for like weeks.
100%. Can we talk about how awesome it was when Nicole showed up at the party on a boat?
Oh my God. Iconic.
Goals.
Such a moment. We love her.
Love her. She really she's just so effortlessly cool.
Yeah. And like everything about her lifestyle porn it's like all amazing. Like seeing all of Anthony's cars, their beautiful house, her closet,
they're like
everything.
Vision board come to life.
I love it.
It's amazing. And I do love how all the girls really rallied around Lisa at that on that trip, which by the way,
they were all super supportive of her. I love that.
Like they were just like so there, and like it just seems really real where like she started like breaking down and they were like, shit. Anthony was so funny when he was waiting for 2 hours. I had better shit to do. I'm not
I don't blame him.
I mean, I love Anthony, but I don't think I would ever want someone else's husband flying me somewhere on a small plane. I'd be so scared. I would drive too.
100%. I would only want like an actual real pilot who does it as a full-time job.
Like those little planes scare me.
Oh, 100%. So back to Nicole, I really hope she like keeps her boundaries with her dad because I feel like he's shown his true colors and like he's treated her horribly, and I don't think it's fair for her mom to just be like, just forget it, like, you know. And like, I think everybody else on the cast is like telling her like what to do, and it's like, this is not your like familial relationship. Like every relationship is different, and like if she doesn't want if she wants to put up those boundaries, she should be able to.
I think everyone's coming for her, and everyone's like telling her how she should act, how she should forgive, blah blah blah, starting from her mom, ending with like the people on the cast. It's like, okay, well, don't tell her how to feel and how to process. Like she's allowed to be mad. And then 100%. Like, you know, Anthony, like everyone. I mean, maybe Anthony has more of an inside look into the situation because he lives with her. So maybe he had a point when he's like, oh, you don't pick up his calls, blah, blah, blah. But like if every time he calls it's the same shit, then I can see why she doesn't.
Yeah. Like if someone's going to show you who they are constantly, like how can you keep giving them chances I think at a certain point?
I think at this point it's like a very cultural thing where everyone just expects her to like swallow her pride and just like, you know, be there for her dad just because they're Cuban and they're family oriented and you can't turn away from your parents.
Yeah. But I hope she stays strong in how she feels. If she wants to like forgive him, good for her and good for their relationship. But if she wants to like step back and keep these boundaries in place, then I think that's also a great decision too.
One of the things in this episode that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way was definitely how Julia treats Martina.
Okay, their relationship is so
very
weird
strange
to me because like I get it, you're an empty nester. And she does definitely have like a lot of trauma surrounding her kids because of like what has happened to her. Yeah. But like you should be experiencing this time with your wife. Like it's only going to make it worse. And you're only going to feel more lonely if you're just isolating yourself on the farm and being alone. And like it's just so weird that she can't have a dinner for two with Martina. I don't understand.
What's wrong with having a date night with your spouse? Like, it just seems like she really just doesn't want to spend time with her. Like, you'd rather spend time with a goat. Like, it's crazy.
Their relationship is so weird, especially after seeing, like, last season, how she treated her by, like, flirting with Adriana so much. Like, I was rubbed the wrong way when I was watching that last season, and now seeing this,
they toned it down
like,
now.
But now seeing how she's treating Martina just in their like day-to-day life, like I feel really bad for Martina.
It's honestly not nice. So I wonder if they're gonna stay together or not, because I just feel like Julia's really going through something right now, and she's like really turning, kind of distancing herself from Martina. Yeah,
I think if she brought herself closer to Martina, they can like process this together and get through it.
She almost seems mad at Martina for not wanting more children.
Yeah.
And like punishing her for it.
Another thing that was weird to me was when her daughter was there and she was like calling her out, being like, you don't even know the name of my school. I'm like, how do you not know the name of your daughter's school? Like, what?
I died.
You're so sad funny. That you're an empty nester, yet you're not really involving yourself in her life.
It's weird. She's like, when was the last time you checked my marks? I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's really funny. She's like a very like chill mom, I guess.
I guess, but like she's so sad about not having her kids, but at the same time,
well, like they're older. She needs to get used to it, I think, because I mean they are never gonna live at home again. They're like college age almost, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sure that's hard. Let's see.
I think we've gone over like almost everything.
Yeah, I think we did. Like everything that's like really important that we should be talking about. I do like that Lisa and Larsa came together, put aside their differences, and you know, they had the little tiff, they got over it, they were like acting like real friends, where it's like, you know, we fight, but whatever. We can forgive
Yeah.
each other.
As soon as Larsa realized like what's going on with Lenny, she was like so there for Lisa. I
Yeah.
loved seeing that. All the
Yeah.
girls really were.
Oh my God. Adriana saying she wants a BBL.
Oh my God. That was hilarious. I feel like she like fully only did it to get a reaction out of Larsa. Like her being like, "Can you come with me?" I was dying.
Oh my
And then
God.
Larsa got so awkward and deflected and was just like, "Lisa, do people notice your teeth?"
Oh my God. I didn't even realize she got new teeth. It was so funny. I was like, oh, I can see that.
Yeah. She
Like-
deflected that quick.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, she looks great. I mean, she does look beautiful. And I don't think Adriana needs a BBL, honestly.
No, I don't think so.
I think she
either.
looks great. And I think she
And
just,
I
like,
agree
is not...
with Alexia. If she could
Yeah,
get a
her legs are
BBL,
too
like,
skinny.
it wouldn't be proportionate.
100%. I think... I do think it's interesting how none of the girls were surprised at Lenny leaving Lisa.
Yeah, I think they all saw the signs also.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like-
wasn't surprised, so...
In what I think it was like the first episode when Lisa was explaining that like Lenny is working out, but they're not like having sex. Kiki's
Yeah.
face was like, "Oh shit is
He's
going
fucking
down."
someone else.
Yeah,
100%. When she said that, oh, he's working out. And I've been noticing it too. I'm like, wow, Lenny's looking better. And I was like,
Yeah.
that is no way that's for Lisa. Because like,
No.
I was like, note to self, never let my husband start working out randomly. Like,
you can work
no
out
thanks.
a little
You can
bit, but
yeah,
not too much.
you can stay fat. Thanks. Like, clearly he's like trying to be his best for this new girl that he's obsessed with, that he
Yeah.
doesn't want to cheat on with his wife.
That him saying that is just so like messed up, and the fact that he said it while his son was in earshot, like,
Oh my God.
how can you say that? Like,
He's not that young. Like, I would understand at that age.
He would understand. So it's like inconceivable.
Exactly. So last thing that I think we should talk about is Alexei not being able to pronounce Carl, because that was my favorite part of the episode.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
And she's like, I've never heard of this name. I'm like, what?
Todd was hard enough for me.
I mean, I feel her on that one.
I love her. Oh my God, you would.
I was like, Todd. Oh, okay. Scott was hard for me.
I
So,
replayed
I
that
get
part
it.
like a million times. I was dying. I love
It was amazing.
Like, Alexia and Marisol are hilarious together.
They're kind of the comedic relief at this point, because like they don't
Yes.
have anything crazy going on. They're just like super fun little quips.
Yes, I love it. Lots of spiciness from them.
Yes. So I think that's it for now. I'm excited to continue watching this, I guess, season. I think
Yes.
Lisa's carrying like all of it. It's going to be all Lisa's storyline, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
And
she's
sad to
giving
watch.
main character energy in a sad way, but she's
Oh,
definitely
God.
carrying.
speaking of main character energy, how amazing did she look in that red jumpsuit, catsuit thingy?
Oh my God,
at the,
amazing.
Watch What Happens Live interview?
Stunning.
Oh my God, her body
Stunning.
is to die for. Like, actual
Like,
goals.
how can you cheat on that? I don't understand.
I don't know. Like, every time I look, they show her, I'm like, I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym. And like, you know what's
Basically,
funny?
every time I watch the show in general, I'm like, I need to go to the gym.
Yeah,
Like Miami, I think, has like one of
their
the
bodies.
best looking casts out of all of
Oh,
the
yeah.
housewives, I think.
100%. I mean, Nicole and Lisa's bodies are insane, but Nicole always shows herself working for her body. She shows herself at the gym
Yeah.
every morning at 6 a.m.
She's actually
Lisa never does.
Superwoman.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
incredible. So like Lisa never does, and I'm like, wow, you're just low key getting fit.
Yeah, just sneaking
It's
up on
funny.
us with that body.
Exactly. Just love it. She looks great.
Love
I hope she like finds her groove and starts dating some hottie. Honestly.
it. Yes, and I hope she takes Lenny for every penny he has.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
yeah, what I
That's
was
not
really
cool.
sad to learn that Florida is a no-fault state. So even though he
Yeah.
admitted to cheating, like it's not gonna change their
No.
prenup. So
No, I mean,
I hope
I do think
she
it's.
still gets a good settlement.
I hope he is a little fair to her. Like 1.5 million
Yeah.
for a house is nothing in Miami. That's nothing. Her condo's gonna
Yeah.
be smaller than Larsa's.
Yeah.
Like, and she has kids. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, like these are your kids. You should
Yeah.
still want to provide for them and their mother, like
And
especially
if you're
knowing
so
that
cool-
she's like everything she's done for them. Like,
If you're so rich and cool that you can have a house like that and all that stuff, then it shouldn't be so hard for you to set up the mother of your children and then move on to your,
Exactly.
next girlfriend.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I hope she takes all this money.
I do too. It's hard to root for him, honestly.
I honestly was like looking for flights to Miami, being like, I'm gonna throw up hands at Lenny. He's pissing me off.
Oh my God, his comments are lit. He keeps replying to hater comments and it's amazing.
He's the worst. He's actually becoming like one of my most hated husbands.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Everyone's hating him right now. It's a tough time for him.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for gossiping with us.
Yes.
We're going to watch some more episodes this week and we'll be back with more recaps.